Hey guys, it's Allie and welcome back to our channel. Today I'm going to be doing like a story time video, but like also a rant. Many of you are probably familiar with the event Digi Tour or Digi Fest. So first of all, if you are new to our channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And we're trying to reach 20 subscribers. That seems like such a little amount to like compared to like all the big names, but we're just starting out and I hope you guys can like help us get to our goal. So let's get into the video. Alright, so it was 2015 when I went to DigiFest NYC and I went with my best friend Miranda. I live in Virginia and she lives in New Jersey, so I drove up to her house and then her sister took us to the thing. This isn't like a 1 hour, like a 2 to 3 hour concert, like this was all day. So we got there at I think 7 or 8 a.m. and let me tell you how we got tickets. We were on Twitter and like they were giving away 2 VIP gold tickets to DigiFest, and if you guys don't know who this is, Alex from Target was giving away the tickets. Miranda was spamming his Twitter like entering the contest, and about an hour later we found out that we did win. I drove up there and then we got there around 7 or 8 a.m. and we were in line for I want to say a good 2 hours, and let me just tell you, the security guards were rude. We went to go meet up with one of my friends that were going to be there, and we went to the back of the line because that's where she was, because like we were in the very front, and we were making our way back to our stuff and our other friends, and the security guard goes, "Get to the back of the line, I don't care where your stuff is, you're gonna stay right here until you can get into the gate." So of course like we weren't gonna stay like all the way back there just because like our stuff was up there and we deserved our spot in front. This is like where we were, and this is where the other girl was, so like we went behind everybody to get back to our stuff and our friends, like because they were holding our spot when we went to go meet her. We were about 20 people from like the front of the line, and I want to say it took at least a good hour just to get in there. And then as soon as we get to the front, we give the girl our tickets. We said, or the man, and we said, "Hey, look, we won tickets from Alex from Target. They're supposed to be VIP gold. Here's the email, blah, 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 blah." And this lady walks up to him and she whispers something in his ear, which we don't know what she said, but he ends up just letting us go in. Like, he didn't give us a VIP gold pass. He didn't do anything. Like, he just let us in. So we were like really confused, and we walked up to one of like the people that were working there, and we were like, "Have gold, but they didn't give us like a pass or anything, so we can't go meet people." So this very nice man, his name was Diego, he spent maybe 2 hours trying to get us tickets because he understood what was happening, and like he was being very nice about it. Like he said, "You're not the only people that had this happen to. There was another girl that won and she didn't get her ticket either," and he was like very nice. What really sucked was we had to wait a good 2 to 3 hours just to like start meeting people, and there were like certain times for certain people. So like from maybe 1 to 2 was members of MagCon. I mean, not like MagCon, but like some members of MagCon were going to be in this area, and some members of blah 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 were going to be in this area in very limited time. But there was this one tent area that had Lexi Knoll in there, Grant Landis, 5 Quad, the Merrill Twins. It had this one tent, and we didn't have our passes, but the guy was like, "Okay, these girls can come in so they can meet them." So we got to meet them. And we were about to go backstage because that's originally like what a VIP gold pass was a tour backstage, and you got to meet all the people that were going to perform, and which never ended up happening. Got these really nice girls. Their names were Leilani and Pilar. They had bought specifically meet and greet with Matthew Espinosa. Like I said, there were like specific times for certain people. So like the tent that was for VIP gold to meet Matthew and like Dylan Toza and like those people was over, so we lost our chance to meet them. And I was like crying my eyes out because I love Matthew. Like he's such a genuine person. He's also from Virginia, so like he's my homie. But what she did was she took off her pass and she gave it to me, because like it wasn't something like, oh, you hand it to them, but like she just wore it around her neck and she put it on me, and I looked at her with the biggest like smile, and I like hugged her for like a good solid 10 minutes. So even though we didn't get to go backstage, we did get to meet Matt. And another thing that sucked was when we were in line to meet Matthew, Miranda lost her iPad, and the security guard was yelling at her like, "You shouldn't have dropped it, you shouldn't have done this, you shouldn't have done that," and he wasn't helping her into finding it, which I thought was very rude. And another thing that happened was when I met Matt, you're supposed to get like at least a good minute of meeting him. And like he was talking to me and he was so sweet. I told him I was from Virginia too, and I was the only person he had met from Virginia that day. And he was talking, and I think it had only been like 20 seconds, and the security guard was like, next. And Matthew looked like, I saw Matthew look at him like, I'm talking, but he was like, it's okay, blah blah blah. Like we had our moment, which was really nice, and I'll insert the pictures here. What really sucked was there was like a main performance. So the headliner that year was Demi Lovato, and the opening act was Jack and Jack. It was the main stage, and it was like time for the performances. So Jack and Jack got out there, and it was really, really cool. My phone had died, so I didn't get to like videotape any of it, but I'm sure like if you googled it you could find I didn't get to videotape any of it, but it was a very good performance. And Skate and Sammy came out and did a set too. B. Miller was there, she was singing, but then it was Jack and Jack, and then next was Demi Lovato. And I have knee problems, so I was kind of in the back sitting down just because my knee was acting up. So I thought Miranda was up there holding our spots because a lot of people were wearing flannels and she was wearing a flannel too. So I thought I saw her, and so I was like, okay, she's just chilling up there. I'm gonna use the bathroom and then come back. And when I came back, she was still there, and I saw her friends, and I was like, hey, is Miranda up there? And they were like, yeah, she's up there. We saw her. We were talking to her. And I was like, okay, cool. So then Jack and Jack left, and then Demi Lovato came on the stage, and she did an amazing performance. Like, it was very good. And I ended up getting to meet her, like, just a brief hug. But she was so nice. And they were like, during the things, there were, like, names that were being called that were, like, that were missing, like, or they weren't with their friends. And I didn't hear my name, so like I thought I was all good because most of them were just Spanish names or like foreign names, if you know what I mean. And so I was like, okay, I'm good. No one's looking for me. Miranda's up there. I'm with my friends. Like, it's fine. So then the set with Demi's over, and I head up to where I think Miranda is, and I tap the girl on the shoulder, and she turns around, and it's like, oh shit, that's not Miranda. So I'm thinking in my head, like, what the fuck, where is she? I don't have a phone. My phone's dead. She has both of the chargers. And I start freaking out. Like, I'm starting to have a panic attack, and I'm like, oh my god, I lost Miranda. So I immediately run over to our friends, and I'm like, hey, I thought you said Miranda was up there. And she was like, yeah, she was. She just left. And I was like, what do you mean she just left? She was up there. And she, like, really made me mad. So like immediately my instincts were like, okay, we need to go to the missing booth tent or like the cop station. And I went in there, and as soon as I went in there, I heard Allie, and I looked to my right, and Miranda was sitting there, like she was crying her eyes out. And I was like, oh my god, where have you been? And she said, I was looking for you, so I came here. And she said, I gave them your name, and they were supposed to call it and everything. But I kept telling her, like, I didn't hear my name. Like, I genuinely didn't. Like, my name is Alexandra, so I'm sure I would have heard it. So, but, like, I didn't hear it, and I felt so horrible. But, like, at the end of the day, I was just glad that she was okay, and that I found her, and that she found me, and that, like, my instincts were right to go to her, or, like, to go to the police station. But overall, I think the event was so disorganized. The way that it was handled was not very good. I mean, I know eventually we got our tickets, but I know there was one girl that I was talking to that said that she didn't even get her tickets in the long run, which I thought was like so horrible. Like, you just passed up the opportunity. And it sucked because I didn't get to meet all of the people that I really genuinely wanted to. So I thought, man, this was like a waste. But I mean, at the same time, it wasn't. Like, you had to be there. But eventually Miranda did get her iPad back. They found it, and which I was like thanking God for, because I mean, iPods cost a lot. She bought it with her own money. But I mean, honestly, I think it was very bad, and it sucked because I had gotten an email, like, and I'll insert the email here, that I had won the Invisalign kissing booth thingy, but my phone died. And they were originally not just supposed to email me, but they were supposed to call the winners over the loudspeaker, which they didn't, which I thought sucks. So I lost the opportunity to go up on stage and get kissed. Like, if I could get my money back, I would, but I didn't pay anything for it, so I can't. And I think maybe that's why they don't continue to have DigiFest NYC or like DigiFest Toronto or whatever, because of the way that it was handled. But overall, I'm just honestly glad that I got to spend time with my best friend Miranda. Because there is such a like a 12-hour drive in between us, so like it's not every weekend I go up to see her. I'm not bashing Digi. This is not a hate video towards Digi. It was just my experience personally. So I hope that you guys did enjoy this video, and make sure you check out our previous video if you haven't seen it already, and to give it a like, and make sure you like this video and subscribe, and comment down below if you've ever been to a Digi event or an experience that you had with a concert, not just Digi. Alright, I love you guys. Bye.